Yo, yo, yo! Welcome everyone to another Global Hack Week stream. So sorry for getting a little bit late. My clock just messed a little up. I don't know why my Discord is 1 hour behind. So I just read that uh, I think one of the coaches was going to make a mini game, but for me it was at 1 p.m. Like I received the message at 1:50 p.m. and my original stream was supposed to start at 2 p.m. So yeah, I messed up. Like, hey, maybe I messed up like the hours, and maybe this hour is for Neofog, the other coach. So yeah. But welcome everyone. Welcome again. So we're going to just get started. So if you didn't watch the first stream, and the first stream we tried to contribute to some of the open source project of the hackers. But if not, don't worry about it. Today we're going to talk about how to contribute to open source documentation and things like that. So just let me share my slides. And hello everyone. Hi Skitty. Welcome to our stream. Do you have fun yesterday um, on the other stream, the Tetris Battle stream? I mean, it wasn't a stream; it was a mini game. But yeah, do you have fun playing a little bit of Tetris? So yeah, I think you can now see my slides. Just let me. Yeah, I think now you can see my slides. But yeah, so we're going to continue, and we're going to see how to contribute to open source documentation. So the first thing is welcome again. My name is David Lazaro. You can call me David, however you want. And I'm a GitHub Games expert. I'm also a MLH coach, love hackathons, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. That means that I have tried a lot. I have tried um, like DevOps, front end, back end, cybersecurity, and things like that. But I'm still looking for see what do I'm passionate for. But yeah, fun fact, I'm the self-claimed official Mexican food advocate of this Global Hack Week. So if you have any questions about tacos, birria, carne asada, or things like that, you can just send me a DM and we can talk a little bit about Mexican food. So yeah, let's just keep it started. And this is going to be real quick. We're just going to see some slides and then we're going to search for open source projects so we can contribute to them by just documenting some things. And I have prepared for you some material. I have prepared a repo, which is just a checklist that you can use for each one of your documentation, like each one of the projects you want to contribute to, and then you can use it however you want. So yeah, what is documentation? So documentation is just a set of structured information that describes how software has been designed, developed, and used. It acts as a reference for manual developers, users, and stakeholders, facilitates collaboration and knowledge transfer, helps maintain consistency and traceability in development. So there are a lot of documentation out there. So we have a lot of types of documentation, and we talk about documentation for all things like technical documentation, like the videos you see at YouTube, the documentation that you have on blog pages, on some documents, and some slides and things like that. For example, we can think of these slides as a documentation of how to contribute to documentation. But yeah, so let's start with first technical documentation. So we have details of the internal side, architecture, and source code of the software. It's essential for developers who want to understand or modify software. One of the examples are architecture diagrams, algorithm descriptions, and things like that. So then you have another type of documentation that is the API documentation that basically describes the programming interfaces that the software offers to be used or integrated by other programs. So you can think about like which kind of like for example when we are talking about APIs like routes and things like that. Um, what are you expecting to receive? What are you expecting to return? Which kind of data types are you receiving and things like that? So also you can just think about it like function references, call and response examples, test documentation, installation documentation, release notes, and things like that. Like, hey, we changed this route of the API, and now it expects to receive this kind of data types, right? And finally, we have user documentation. It is oriented towards end users, so it explains basically how you can use the software efficiently. And they are more like manuals, quick guides, video tutorials, and things like that. So the question here is, why should I and others should invest in documentation, right? So there are a lot of things that you can do thanks to documentation. So first thing, firstly, it facilitates onboarding. So each time another person comes into your organization, your movement, or things like that, they can get up really quickly. They can just learn everything about your organization, how the process are documented in how should I take this, who should I talk to, make some other things, and something like that. It improves maintainability. With clear documentation, it is easier to maintain changes and corrections to the software without introducing errors. Also, it encourages collaboration. So maybe I see that there's a bug here or there's a typo in the documentation. So people can easily edit that or just send a pull request for making that change that I should make. And yeah, it is easier to just collaborate with each other and contribute to making this documentation towards better and better, right? So it also reduces the learning curve, like as we said, facilitates onboarding and also reduces the learning curve, and also it increases reliability. So every time you want your open source project to be invested or some things like that or used by greater companies, you know that those investors and stakeholders are going to have a reference that your project is a really robust and reliable project. Also, it promotes reusability, so any other project can just inspire in your documentation and take advantage of those documented software for their own needs. And yeah, so we are just going to learn the best practices of this. So the first thing is focus on clarity. So use simple language and clear explanations to ensure that developers of all skill levels can understand your recommendation. Um, don't worry about break down complex concepts into digestible chunks. Don't make like this as hard as it is. Also make sure that your interface is going to be really clean, really easy to read. And we're going to see some example of really cool documentation and really readable documentation, right? So break down complex concepts into digestible chunks and provide code snippets and visual aids to enhance comprehension. Also provide usage examples. So demonstrate real-world use cases and provide practical examples that illustrate how implement features or solve common problems. Developers appreciate concrete examples that they can reference and build upon. So the caveat is that you provide too many examples. It can be hard if the user to navigate through all the documentation. So make sure that you have anything as easy to go. So there are a lot of examples that we are going to see right now. So for example, allow the user to choose their level and provide examples that work for that level. Another option is to have a section for examples according to each kind of level. So you have multiple usage, like if you project have multiple features and those features have multiple usages, you can just let to know that that person can make use of those features in some uh, use cases. So we can see the Next.js composition patterns documentation. So we have a really good example of the difference between server components and client components. And either way, if I'm starting to learn Next.js and I want to learn how should I fetch data, should I do it on a client component, on a server component, I know that thanks to the documentation, I know that um, I should use server components for fetching data. But hey, if I had to use a button on my page or my component, thanks to documentation, now I now know that I should use client components for things that are interactivity, and event listeners like on click, on change, and things like that. Another thing is keep it up to date. Documentation should evolve alongside the project, so regularly review and update the documentation to reflect that the latest changes, new features, and best practices. Encourage your community to contributions to keep the documentation fresh and accurate. So each time, uh, when we say encourage the community, we're going to see some examples of it again, like how to ensure that the community that it is using your open source project can receive like ensure that you have like tools to ensure that you know feedback about your project and about your documentation, like hey, is this documentation really helping you to understand some topics? And this helps a lot for contributors to start. And you can create issues to have documentation updated, but be sure to link its contributing guidelines and style guidelines. So another example of keeping it up to date is like Next.js or Material UI. Like if you're jumping from version 12 to version 13, you have a lot of things like for migrating Next.js 12 to Next.js 13. Also, Material UI have all the components of Material UI. If your project relies on some old versions, the cool thing about is that Material UI have documentation for each one of their versions that they consider stable, right? So this helps a lot, and also make it searchable and accessible. So ensure that your documentation is easy to discover. It is really easy to search, uses clear structure, table of contents, and search functionality that can help users find the information they need quickly. Consider providing alternative formats such as offline documentation, downloadable PDF, and user different user preferences. So there are a lot of documentation pages that you can search for. They have this search bar that you can use with Control K or in Mac Command K, and it helps you a lot to just search whatever thing, like anything you want. Like for example, I just type read version 2, and you can see that you have a lot of things like migrations to read version 2 and things like that. Also, you have a lot of cool structures in the search bars, like getting started, proper searchers, system customization. Also, Next.js has a lot of cool structure things. For example, uh, the left bar is the documentation structure, like getting started, building your application, each one of their features, and things like that. And on the right, it has another web structure or like page structure about like each one of the titles or like subtitles or things that you are going to see on this page. For example, hey, what is Next.js? Which are their main features? How to use these docs and things like that. And also encourage feedback and contribution. The thing that we talk about, um, actively receive feedback from the community and provide um, channels for users and contributors to suggest improvements, report issues, and contribute to the documentation itself. Encourage the community to engage in discussions and share their experiences. So the thing we talk about, right? So uh, Next.js has a lot of cool things that I really like to, because it has this search buttons that you can use for this. Um, they implement these tools that we talk about that um, help you to know if the helps you to make your documentation really measurable, so you can measure feedback, you can measure the number of uses or page read and things like that. So how many persons read this page really? Does this page is really useful? And the cool thing is that you can like you don't need to worry about making it really complicated. They just use four emojis uh, like awesome, happy, sad, very sad, and things like that. So also you have Next.js editor page on GitHub. So they encourage you to edit this page, like each one of the pages they have, to encourage them. They encourage to the hackers and the users to edit these pages on GitHub. If you find like a bug or like a typo, or if you want to add localization, like translating to another language, that helps a lot. Also, you have on the top right of the page, you have this feedback and learn documentation. So also you have another tool to like measure feedback from the users. Like just click into that feedback, writing some feedback to it looks awesome and helps you to know better your community. Also, Next.js has this section of community specifically for community It talks about discussion, social media, code of conduct, contributing to Next.js, and things like that. So it helps a lot. It is a really good example of how to make really cool interaction with your community and how to keep track of all the cool things that you can do and how the community can help you to build better documentation, right? So the thing here is I just created a contributing open source documentation checklist. This is a checklist that we're going to see right now, and you can use it however you want to. And each time when we're going to contribute to another community or open source project documentation, where you can use this checklist to just ensure that your documentation has really cool quality. It has all the like it passes all the things that your documentation should have. Like, hey, does my project have a community section? Is there a code of conduct established for the contributors? Are clear guidelines provided for first-time contributors? Documentation software. Does the documentation have a logical and easily navigatable structure? Is a table of contents offered for quick reference? Are there clear and relevant examples in the documentation? And things like that. You have a lot of things. You have a lot of things to check on, so it is easier to make it maintainable. Like you have all the resources for new users, so you can have a really cool documentation page and things like that. So you can go to this link that I'm going to share with you right now, and let me just go here and there you go. Yeah, I made those slides on Figma. I really like Figma for creating my slides. Like you can use Figma for whatever you want. So yeah, if you want, the next time I can show you how to use Figma for just creating your slides. But yeah, so yeah, let's just contribute. Let's just search for some awesome um, documentation open source project so we can document to. So if you have an open source project that you really want to contribute or that you really like, we can contribute to it. But if not, let me search for it. But before that, this is the contributing to open source documentation checklist. You can use it for whatever you want. So again, you have this contributing to open source documentation checklist. It has all the checkboxes that you should check on for just getting into a new project. And the structure will be first going to a project, and then if there's existing documentation already, check if that documentation completes all the lists and it is not missing any of these checkboxes that we have to check on, right? So yeah, again, if you have any project that you want to contribute to, uh, blah, 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 let me just read. Okay, so how can this document be automatically generated in GitHub when someone submits a PR to a project as checklist for them? Huh. So we can use issue templates for that. Let me just search for that. Issue templates, GitHub. I'm just searching for. There you go. So you have on GitHub some issue template for your repo. So you can customize the templates that are available for contributors to use when they open a new issue to your repository, or you can use some pull request templates also, and or even you can just create a new template for for your projects. I think so. I think we can check that later on. But yeah, usually a issue template would be more than enough for making everything. And yeah, so as you can see, it is just a YAML that you should use for anything that you want. And it is not that complicated, to be honest. Like you can use it on all your projects that you want. Okay, so let's just search for open source projects, right? Uh, uh, okay, let me go here and github.com. Um, okay, so I'm going to share my tab here. So I'm now on GitHub. So let me just go here and search into Explore. And let's see, do we have some interesting things here? Okay, so we have GitHub README stores, FL Studio, Gist. Oh yeah, like this repo is really awesome. If you don't know what this is a yearly competition to create a game on JavaScript in 13K lines of code. So it is really awesome. So let's see. Limit Python. So what is this? Limit for Python. Using big compiler from source. Do we have a page? We don't have a page. Okay, so what is this? The docs passing a click on main. Okay. Oh, it uses redox.io. Okay. So Glimit. Glimit is a package that fits layer model, blah, 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 like hood and realization patterns. To be honest, I'm not interested in this topic, so I'm going to keep searching for capacitor, secure storage. So let's explore better topic. Like let's just explore topics. So see what we have. So we have Android, Angular, Arduino, ASP.NET, Awesome List, Bash, Babel, Bootstrap, but I think I'm going to search just something for React or hmm, okay, so let's see React. Let's see React. Okay, so we have FreeCodeCamp, React, Next.js, React Native, Create React App, Material UI, Add Design, Storybook, Bond, Awesome React, Apache Superset, Ionic, Docusaurus, ChatGPT Next Web, PSX. Oh, okay, what is this? ChatGPT Next Web. Oh, cool. Chat with the soul behind the mask. One more. I don't know what is what is this on it. What is in Chinese. So also we have plugins. Okay. Yeah, I was not sharing my screen. I was looking at this. Like this looks cool. I think there are just agents, like ChatGPT agents. Uh, so let me see. View, bot name, avatar, configuration, avatar, language Spanish, language English. Yeah, English. Okay, this looks cool to be honest. So let's see what is this. ChatGPT Next Web, a well-designed cross-platform ChatGPT. So one click to get a well-designed cross-platform ChatGPT Web UI. Deploy free one-click versatile in 1 minute. Compliant, fully compatible, self-deployed LMs. Privacy first. Okay, this looks good. Hmm. This looks cool to be honest. I don't know if they have like documentation here. Um, so let's see. Do we have documentation? ChatGPT Next Web discussion. Do we have discussions here? How to customize? Yeah, we have discussions. Documentation. Hmm. So let's see. Let's just search then on Google. Try to put the next web recommendation. Mm, mm, so we have this one. Let me see if this is one that we should see too. Okay, this is for. This is the same one that we was looking into. Hmm, interesting. Well, if not, we can just get another project that we can help to. Because unfortunately, this is on Chinese, and to be honest, I'm not good. Like I don't know Chinese, but I think this is a Chinese orientated application. So let's just search for other one. So let's go again to GitHub. See if we can do anything for this. Okay, so let's see. Japan and dashboard, code spaces, explore. We were searching on React. Again, if you have any kind of open source projects that you think it will be great to contribute to, go for it. Like pass it, and we can contribute to it. So let's see. Repositories, developers, like English, English, spoken language English, Google DeepMind, Actions, Runner Images, local stack, pull your own X, Polars, Gluten, Flutter, AllSky, awesome React components. Hmm. Neural compressor, Swift, stable diffusion, web UI, Redison, Superset, Nullside, Triplet, Ko-Fi. There's a lot of things. The metadata platform to the modern data stack. Language any, the range today. So let's see if we can use something like JS, JavaScript. There you go. So we have AllSky, a Zipper app, data trace, website B, and can we sort it by? No, we cannot. Hmm. Carbon Uplands Appium Inspector, the JS for mobile apps and more powered by Super installed. Getting started, Docker, Lobska, AutoMerge, Defilama. Huh. So then if we cannot find in this case, we can use some other uh, things that we can help to, like open source project finder. There are a lot of open source project finder here. So let's see, code triage. Oh, I mean, let's see. You can use code triage, open source hub, or first timers only. This thing, I don't know if first timers only is working. Code triage with first issues, first contribution, blah 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 blah. So let's see. Projects, blah 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 blah. No. So then we can go to Open Source Hub. And then you see if you have any comments. No, we don't. And so on. Okay, so we have Oxy, Material Gen, React Awesome Query Builder, Starter Template. Okay, so we have HTML duration picker JS, turn HTML input box to a duration picker. Fitbit, Let me see. Let me see. Figmatic. Figmatic is the missing piece between DevOps and design. Generate design token, export the graphics, and extract the. Oh, this looks cool. Okay, so I'm going to take a look into Figmatic and let me see if there's another thing that I can see. Summit server, PyTorch, Portofino, Bootstrap, Git, Unleash. Unleash. What's Unleash? Open source feature management solution. Okay, this looks cool to be honest. And also Figmatic Magic. Okay, so let's see. Unleash, GitHub, and Figmatic, GitHub. Okay, so let me open this and share my tab. So we have Unleash. Okay, so we have feature 2 Google management solution with 12 official. It's an open source feature management solution. It improves the workflow for your development team and lets the quicker software delivery. Unleash increases efficiently and gives teams full control of how and when they enable new functionality for end users. Unleash lets teams ship code to production in small releases whenever they want. Feature flags make it easy to test how your code works for blah 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 blah. Okay, sounds good. Do we have a page? Yes, we have. So let's see if we can see the features and all that stuff. Okay, so I understand friends don't let friends build their own thing, feature flag systems. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think this is bigger than I think. So let's see Figmatic. So we have Figmatic and Figmagic, I mean. So we have Figmagic is the missing piece, blah, blah, blah. You can buy a friend, you know, automate words into better place. So let's see. Oh yeah, we have dogs. Okay, let's go. We have documentation. Okay, this looks like a good documentation page. Hackers, give me just 5 minutes. I really need to about to go to the restroom, but I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. So sorry for that. And yeah, we were. So let's continue with this. Uh, so yeah, we were looking at Figmagic. So first thing we're looking to is that the Figmagic cover art is not working. So let's see what does this happens, and I think this is a potential issue that we can take on. So okay, let's just inspect again and image discover. It's not working. So we also saw that it was working here. I'm going to assume that this Fig Magic is the same one as this. So let me just copy this one and let me just copy and paste it down here. So let me just inspect again, and then we can just jump into changing the source. Um, oh yeah, my bad. I think you're not able to see what I'm trying to edit. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I handle to make it work. Um, so let's go. We handle to make this work right. So this is a potential issue. Okay, so now it is working. But let me just stop sharing my screen. Let me just share again my screen right down here. Let me go into slides and share a screen and share my entire screen. Yeah, sure. Okay, I think now you're able to see. No, you're not. Now you are. Okay, so yeah, we were here and we were looking at Figmagic. The thing here is that the main image is not working. I don't know why it's not working, but this is a potential issue, right? So let's see if this issue has been already flagged to. So export token single file, currently only single layout. Make group are nested, not nested elements, cannot group elements inside each other, restore blah blah blah, support higher order, support image elements, blah blah blah. Figmagic gradients. So this is Figmagic. I don't know if we have another Figmagic documentation page or anything like that. Solid demo, Figma project, Figmagic, blah 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 blah. Figmagic. So we have Figmagic. So we have Figmagic, Figmagic example, Figmagic action, they make Figmagic website. Is this one Automatator, Figmagic website, public archive? It's now on read only. Okay, so it is not on working, right? So Figmagic. Let's see Figmagic example. So let's see Figma documents. So blah blah blah. So let's see. We have Figmagic. Passing. Figmagic is a missing piece between DevOps design. Blah blah. Friends. Blah blah. So let's see documents. Requirements. Figmagic requires that your document structure follows the convention in this document is blah blah blah. No. So can we see document readme? At production fiction documents. Okay. So is this one? Elements.md, vision.md. Okay, no, this is not what I want. So we have templates to add this data, translation. So do we have documentation, optional documentation resources, dedicated documentation side, are auto-generated on every push and can be found at the dedicated documentation site. That was the one that we visited before. Yeah. So for deeper information pertaining to Figma LLC, I need to see the dedicated README page. So that dedicated README page is this one. element sync, philosophy, relational, Flutters nested documents. Okay, describing your element. Okay, so it is auto-generated by this documentation right here. So we have contracts, contracts, graphics. Okay, so this is an example of a thing that should be sectionized. So for example, we have a full side of contracts. So this full side of contracts should be sectionized by just a section that talks about contracts, other section for entities, and well, for example, entities are really long. It is really long, so we can divide entities on just Figmagic element configuration, tokens, and things like that. So there's a lot of things that we should take out. The first thing is that we should open an issue for talking about that. We have found that the current image of the Figmagic page is not working. So let's just book report title. So this was the Figmagic cover art, right? So Figmagic cover art is not working on the documentation page. It says description of what the book is. So let's just say something like item. I was looking into the documentation page and found that the current cover art is not working, no showing up. Let's just add an emoji like that. Do we have some other emojis like you search here and let me add just uh, okay, how does this look? I like this one. It's not showing itself. Current cover art is not showing itself. So replicas, steps to replicas, go to this page. Nothing. Scroll down to here. Okay, on nothing. So let's okay the behavior. Click the description what you expect to happen. Okay, so if it wants us to show how this should work. So I'm going to use this and just go again into Figmagic and then just click on the Figmagic copy image address. Go here again, click on this one and change the source of this. Oh well, but first I want to just a screenshot of I want to create a quick screenshot of what should I reproduce. Let me see if you have any comments. Oh, I forgot to put this. Okay, so it says, um, contributing to an appropriate project to contribute to takes up so much time to scan through all the different repos. Is there an easier way to find appropriate project to contribute? Yes, if you want, we can dedicate the last 10 minutes or the last 5 minutes to some sources of information that we can use for uh, pick up the correct project, and I can show you how to make cool decisions, right? And yeah, so let's continue. Okay, so we made the screenshot. Currently, the image is just showing the out of it. I'll expect. I'm expecting to see the cover part of the project. Where um, uh, at the top of the main page. So currently I have command screenshots. Just click this. I'm clicking this. If applicable. Current page. And no, it's not this one. It's actually like this. So we have Magic, and then front page. This is one. Expected page. Look. And now we can just go here, click on this, right click, and we can just go here and wait until the image decides to show. Okay, it has already shown itself. So we can just change this and select something like this one, right? Like just change the source. And now the Magic is appearing. Okay, so then I should just take another screenshot and add this to the current issue and expect. Oh yeah, it was right here, down here. Click page look and this. So we have a screenshot, current page, and expected page look. So desktop, iOS, browser, Windows. I'm using Windows 11, browser, my version, I don't know. Let me just search my current Chrome version. Settings, I don't know if there's it's here, you're in Google, about Chrome, 101, right version. And browser, Chrome, OS, version, Okay, so let me just print this, additional context and other concept about problem here. Let's solve the problem by just using the over R for the current one that is on GitHub, on the GitHub with me. Here we go. So let's see. Hi team, I was looking into the condition page and found that the current cover art is not showing itself. So let's direct this. Click on this, click on nothing, scroll down, zero, right? And currently the image is just showing the out of it. I'm expecting to see the cover art for the project at the top of the main page. And this is the current page and expected page look. And yeah, so okay, so let's just submit the new issue. Okay, everything looks cool. Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. So this is bug. Okay, so we have, okay, again, so we just saw this. This is for FigMagick. Uh, okay, everything seems cool. Translations, Portuguese, Brazil announcements, introduction, requirements, introduction, blah 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 blah, running blah blah blah, when are design tokens, working with FigMagick as a designer, configuring FigMagick. I think there's a lot to cover here, and there's not enough space to read through. So a really great example of how to use and handle a lot of things on the same page of the documentation page is, I don't know, Google Maps API or even Firebase. The Firebase documentation is, oof, it's really, really cool, to be honest. So let's see, Google for developers. So let's see. So we can start. And also, I think this is in Spanish. Sorry if I'm missing an Spanish documentation. Oh no, forget it. I am using my Google Cloud console. I don't know why. Okay, so let's jump into the documents. So let's see maps, documents. So let's see what components. So we have places, components. So for example, this is really easy to read. Also, I think it is loading itself. So let's just wait until everything just loads itself so we can continue. Okay, so yeah, so we have documentation. This is a real cool example of how to handle a lot of things into the same documentation. So we have Google Maps platform, description, products. Let me just change this to English so you can read it well. So, hi English, where's English? English, there you go. Okay, so yeah, again, we have enough space. We have really cool structure of things that we have. We have just the right information, and also we have the thing I want to show highlight here is the amount of space that we have for just reading the page itself. So it is well marked. And the difference here is that I feel that there's a lot of text, there's a lot of things happening right here on this page, a difference of this one. So I can identify where's the content, I can identify where's the, like my eyes are just focused on the the main part here of this documentation part, and I there's nothing that can distract me of reading. As this example, there's a lot of things happening here. There's a lot of things, and yeah, I think we should have more space for this. Let me see if we can do something for this to just highlight how I would love to see this. And let me just see if we can use something like, okay, so this is a navbar actually. This is a side menu. We have page menu. So um, we have content, we have page menu, and we have side menu, right? So I'm going to assume that this container enhance on how, okay, this is an actual grid. Okay, got it. Hmm. Sidebar content code. Okay. So I'm going to use full full HTML thing, so don't worry about it. So just let me see with 100 pixels. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can. Okay, so let's see. I would say that 100 pixels is more than enough, and also for the other one, for the page menu. So okay, so this is page menu. Again, page menu. I think it would be also created of with up to 100 pixels. Yeah, something like that. So we can handle that later. Actually, you know what? I think this is cool, but Where are you? Where are you? Okay, so there you go. So instead of this, we should use like a margin left. Oh, my bad. Should use something like a margin left. Again, this is just for showing what I mean by having enough space. And so I think this one is more than enough. 100, 100 seems enough for this. And again, like right now, currently we have enough space for just reading well. There's nothing that can distract me for this. Let me see. Okay. So, okay, there is a Is there a dark mode for this? Oh, I think no. Interesting. But yeah, I think that enough space is more than enough. And with this, we can just continue, right? So, so let me see. Oh, so we have 200, 200, and I'm thinking, like, I'm thinking of why we are we letting all this space to be paid off. Like, I think we have a padding of something, or yeah, I think we have padding on this. But let me see again. So we have details, there's navigation, call content, container. Yeah, so we do have some kind of padding, I think. So we have a max width of something like this, and we have a padding of 2 RAM. So can we change that to just oh my bad, just 1 RAM? And how would that look? I think it looks the same. It looks the same, but it doesn't look the same on other computers. So I think we are using some kind of what? Well, I think this works. Like for me, it's enough space. I would love to just create a screenshot for this. Something like, hey, it would be cool if you add more space to it, so it is more readable. And also, how can we uh, add new features, right? And let's just go again here into the documentation checklist. So now we have checked into this documentation, and we have just check that uh, the documentation structure is clear. Well, it's kind of clear because it would be better, or would be it would be better if it has quick references for each one of the contents. And what I mean with this is again what we talk about, like, hey, I have a lot of pages for contracts, but the how do you say it? But the sections of each the subsections of each section is really hard to read, and it would be better to sectionize each one of these things, right? So okay, so for that we can use Figma for just creating a quick markup of what we want to do. It's to add a new issue to, well, do that on Figma. Well, to add that new feature, right? Like we can just create an issue for talking to the maintainer and say, hey, it will be really cool if you add this new feature that allows your documentation to be really easier to search on and things like that, you know. Okay, so Word, so documentation have logical and it's in the variables structure. So that currently it doesn't. It's a table of contents offered for quick reference. It is. Are there clear and relevant examples in the documentation? So there are some examples. I don't know if there are enough examples of how to use them. I think the maintainer have an example of how to use the project in other repository. So that would be another thing to just check into. So currently we have just this check mark we have just the table content check mark on. Also, we have feedback and improvements. And does the documentation have an option for adding feedback or comments? Let me see. Do we have that? So let's go until the end. So it usually has all this content on the end. So there are, like I said, there are a lot of things that we have here. Like there's a ton of things. So it has a contribution section. Again, this looks like there's a lot of things to focus on, and we're adding a lot of things here, right? So I think that can be uh, made really quick. And another thing is that I cannot see any part of, like, see, there's a lot of things. Like just in this page, there are thousands and thousands of things. Like there are dozens of things that we have here, and we don't even have a quick start part right now. So we have just an introduction about what is Figmagic and things like that. But that easily can be another part, like quick start. Like for example, I don't know, material UI. So we have discover the library. So let's just go to documentation. On discover the libraries. Core libraries. Material UI. Build templates. Docs. Where are we? Just, yeah. Material UI. Okay, so yeah, we have a, like, look at this. This is a really good example of how to structure each one of these pages. Like for example, we have a lot of components, we have a lot of things, but each one of these components is subsectionized into, okay, so you want to search for input samples. Do you want components that are used for data displaying? Do you want feedback, surfaces, and things like that? So each one of them has a lot of examples. Each one of them has like its own API section. And again, this is a really long component, but it is so easy to search into where to find anything. So we can, and again, it has its own API. For example, hey, if you want to look of like how the autocomplete looks and which props does it receives, which it returns, and things like that. You have all of these things right here, and again, there's a lot of information right here, but it is so easy to look into, so you don't have any kind of problems looking at. So again, hey, do I want to look into CSS? It's subsectionized. It has like tabulation for you to just getting easier to search into, right? So that would be great to add. So currently we have this look into our page. So let's just create a screenshot of this. Uh, and let's just add that to our Figma. Okay, so we have that. So do we have any comments until now? No, we don't. Cool. So again, we were on Figma right here. We have Figmagic. Figmagic. And again, everything should be on as it is currently. So let me just add another desktop. For example, I don't know, wireframe. Desktop, let's see. So we have current desktop. Let's go. So we have that, and let's see. So we have this, Big Magic, contracts, API responses, CSS. Cool. So which things you should we care on? So let's see, on Figmagic, we have Figmagic entities, frameworks, and things like that, right? So do we have something else? Add product mission, translations, announcement, versions, requirements, introduction, React components, additional example project. Okay, so this is the example project that should be really quick to look into. So let me see. I think that this one is the same one as we have right here, right? So we have the input, additional FigMagick ecosystem using FigMagick, running FigMagick, FigMagick use. No, like, for example, here we don't have the FigMagick project. So we have the translations. Let me see. We have product translations, announcements, requirements, introduction, additional documentation sources. So let's see. Introduction, FigMagick ecosystem, patient side, dedicated me using FigMagick. No, we don't have it. It is after the example project. So the FigMagick ecosystem. Do we have that? See, yeah, we have it. Oh yeah, we have the example project, but it is not working on the demo right here, and it is the same thing. So the current images that we're using are not working currently. And let me just copy the image address and add it. And I would add another comment to that issue. Let me just add the, oh yeah, I didn't make the, let me just make a little bit of zoom to this. And just use a folders where sign tokens, blah, 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 blah. Where are you, designer? No, I think it was at the top of this. Sample pack, yeah, here you go. So let me just make another screenshot of this. There you go. And we can now add this one to the current issue that we had here. Just go here, coart is not working. And hider. This happens also with the example project image. As the current image, and it should look like this. And here we can just change the source into one. So yeah. And now you can just add the screenshot of how it should look, right? It should look like this, and then expect that look like this. There you go. Add a comment. And is it already added? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So now let's continue with this. So we were talking about how to add documentation. So I really like the style that Material UI uses. So again, we have a FigMagick kind of logo, I think. I don't know which how can you say it, which like typography it uses, but yeah, we're going to assume that it uses something like Roboto or Inter, FigMagick. So we can do that like this, and then just add the color. I think we can just search which color is this one. Okay, that's it. Yeah, we have copied that. And again, go here and just add this one as this. There you go. So we have already the cool letter, and this is in bold, I think. Bold. Set up medium. I think it is a medium. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so is it a Roboto? instead of Roboto or something like that. Yeah, let's just keep it up like that. And we can just add this into here, something like this. And so yeah, just let's see how Material UI uses this space. And so we're asking for a lot of things because we're asking for having a search bar, having making a lot of changes on the HTML of the documentation, like the contents of the complete API, a lot of things. So yeah. So again, let's just add this as something like this. So we have PicMagick. This should be a little bit tiny. And let's see, so we have a section of getting started. And this should be component type of a line. 0. We have this, we have this one, and then we have this thing. So this is big, and I want it to be something like 20. Like getting started. I get it. And there should be space of 10. And yeah, so we have the current. So we want 4 things: getting started, API, and community or contribute. Yeah, community. Let's just call it community. So we have getting started, right? So getting started, I think this is enough. So we can copy and paste this. Something like this. We can do the same thing, and we can do the same thing, but for this one. All right, so let's just use the auto layout. And yeah, I think for now, this is more than enough, and I will add like space. I think this spacing is enough. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is. I don't know why this is grouped. Don't know, but I'm going to ungroup this. No, I don't want to ungroup. Ungroup. There you go. And I think I did a mess here. So let me just quit all of this. Yeah, I think now we can have just a new layout. I have just 4 minutes left. So let me just really go quick into my Figma so you can see the pages that I have for you. Actually, I shared on the Discord Walla Hagrid channel some sources that you can use. But let me see where I put. Yeah, there you go. So here it is. I'm going to send them again, so you can just search for them. So there you have a Git first issues finder of Etihad Project Awesome Open Source Hub, contribute.dev, and the explore section of GitHub. So I know that it is hard to find really good projects for you or easy projects to contribute to. As you can see, we have a medium-sized project right here. Like it has almost 1,000 stars, and as you can see, we are already contributing. We're making issues for the documentation. We have looked into how to make the documentation better. And the easy to go thing is how do I pick my first open source project? There are quick things that you can use. So the first thing is start small. The best way to ease yourself into some open source project is to start by small, relative, simple contributions. As you can see, we didn't did anything like complicated. It was easy to go. We just identified that the images were not loading. We identified how the things that we check into our contributing to open source documentation checklist, like, hey, you're missing this part, or like, it would be great if you add this thing to your documentation, so it can be easier to contribute to. Also, help projects you already use. In this case, I contributed to a project that I didn't even know to. Uh, I didn't even know of like this Figmatic thing, but it looks cool. Like I like a lot Figma. So if it uses Figma, I really want to contribute to that project. So yeah, let's say that you're using a new I don't know. Let's say that you're using OpenStreetMaps on your current project. So if you want to contribute to that project that you really like, that will be easier to go. I think like if you are already using some technologies on your projects, it will be great to contribute to those technologies if you have enough time. And also, if you have anything like think about what have been catching your attention lately. So think about a minute and the past 3 weeks, which topic have been catching your attention. Are you and your friends passionate about something? Do you want to solve a problem in your community? Have you really get into some specific technology or framework? Is there any technology or community that you really want or love to have fun with them? So if those answers are true, just search of which are your priorities. Like, do you want to know like learn a lot? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to contribute? Like things like that. And also, I just sent to Discord the good first issue finders, so you can use them for whatever you want. Like just contribute to everything that you have, and also use GitHub Code Spaces for contributing, so it is a little bit easier. So you don't need to worry about like installing a lot of things. And yeah, I have just run out of time, and uh, 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 yeah, so we have just run out of time. So sorry for this. Tomorrow we have the part three. So if you want to come here and see the part three, come tomorrow. We are going to finish our contributions. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. And have a happy global hack week.